At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Ranked #1 in innovation for 10 consecutive years and #2 among public universities for employability. ASU isn't just ahead of the curve. It's creating new paths to success. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
It's Friday nights with Nautica de la Cruz on Later with Mo Kelly. Well, I have to say, Mo, that I went to the most amazing museum. And I know you're going to crack some jokes a little bit later, but let me tell you, we're going to get there. We're going to get there, okay? So for Discover SoCal, I went to the Balloon Museum located at 1601 East 6th Street in Los Angeles at the Ace Mission Studios. Now, if you're looking for an adventure that lifts your spirits, literally, then you've got to check out Let's Fly exhibit at the Balloon Museum in Los Angeles. Now, this museum is an explosion of color, creativity, and imagination. The moment you walk in, you are surrounded by massive, and I mean massive, glowing and inflatable artwork that feels like you're stepping into a dream. From floating installations to interactive rooms, every corner invites you to play, explore, and kind of let your inner child take flight. What makes this experience even more incredible is the lineup of artists behind Let's Fly. It kind of brings together some of the most innovative international artists and designers, all masters of creative and creating immersive spaces that blend art, technology, and play. Their work transforms air, light, and space into something magical, making you feel like you have stepped into a living, breathing work of art. You feel like you are part of it. Now, whether it's luminous sculptures or larger than life inflatables, each piece tells its own stories while inviting you to be a part of it. And then there is the black ball pit.
Whoa. Black ball pit?
Yes, it's a pit filled with black balls. It's a
okay, I'm dead.
It's a massive pool filled with...
No, you did not.
Yes.
No, you did not.
I'm serious.
You jumped in a pit of black balls.
Yes, I did. It is massive.
Stop it!
There are thousands of black balls, and when you step inside, the magic really begins. Oh, that did not sound right.
They're magic black balls.
Okay, yeah, they are. I should have rewrote this. But anyways, a mesmerizing light and sound show unfolds around the black ball pit, turning the space into a swirling dreamscape of color and movement.
Swirling dreamscape of color and movement.
Yes. Okay.
You've outdone yourself.
It's like floating inside a giant cloud of imagination. Now, families, couples, and friends will all find something to love there. Kids run around with wide eyes. Adults laugh like they're kids again.
I don't think kids should be allowed in this exhibit from the way you describe it.
Well, they did enjoy the pit of black balls. It's only 3 feet, so, it's okay. And even the most serious folks can resist.
3 feet is what, 36 inches?
Yes. Yeah, a yardstick. Plus, the way the art interacts with lights and movements makes it every inch just so much fun. And I have to tell you that as you walk around, you see everything, and you go into these different rooms. There is a bubble room, there is a balloon room, there is a room where you could just kind of feel like what it's like to blow inside of a balloon. I don't know. It's kind of weird to describe, but it is absolutely just so much fun. And let's talk about the photo op because, yes. Wow, every inch of the museum is Instagram gold. And I'll give you my Instagram a little bit later so you can see the pictures, whether it's a tunnel of glowing orbs, a massive balloon installation straight out of a fantasy film, or a surreal beauty of a black ball pit. Your camera roll is about to get some serious upgrade. So if you're in LA and want something truly magical and fun, Let's Fly at the Balloon Museum is a must-see. It's fun, immersive. It's just a great experience. Unfortunately, it is only here until March 16th, 2025. So you got about maybe 2.5 weeks or so. Now, the Balloon Museum is located at 1601 East 6th Street in Los Angeles at the Ace Mission Studios. This museum, it is on the pricier side. It's a little bit more expensive. Adults are $49. Kids 4 to 12 are $40 plus tax. And like I said, it's here till March 16th. And if you go to my Instagram at Nautica de la Cruz, I just posted a plethora on my Insta story of what you could expect there. I just gave you kind of a little tease. But let me tell you.
You did. Got that right.
It was a lot of fun. And the black ball pit is really the biggest.
You can't, that can't be the name.
No, it is. It is. It's called the ball pit, but there's so many black balls that you just gotta call it the black ball pit.
She won't stop saying it.
I don't know if the Balloon Museum is trying to market itself in the way that it's coming across here.
You know what? Hey, I think I did it justice though. I'm just saying.
How many hours did you spend? How much time did you spend there?
Well, when you buy your tickets, you have to set a time when you want to go. We were there, I would probably say about an hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
It is fabulous. Oh, and another thing is, this is the LA one. So if you want to go to the website and check it out, it's balloonmuseum.world/let's fly. But right now, I think there's one in Paris, one in LA, one in New York, and there's another location. There's like 5 locations.
When you were there, you said obviously families were there. What did you see? Was it mostly families, couples, individuals?
No. There were, the night I went, or during the time I went at 8:00. There were a few families, but mostly couples, and they were having so much fun. Just so much fun. And there's just a lot to see, and you just feel like you are a balloon itself. Just a lot of great art. And it's a great experience just to go out and have fun and see something different. And, prior to the week I was here, I talked about the Museum of Love, which, Pedro said he was going to go check out with his significant other. But, there are so many different museums around here that people don't really know about.
I didn't know either.
And but this one's for a limited time. Like I said, it's only here till March 16th. So you have about 2.5 weeks or so. And it's fun. It's something fun. It's something different. Not every museum is, paintings or pictures or sculptures. Sometimes it's just art made out of, bottle caps.
Nautica de la Cruz. When we come back, we'll have her hidden gem. It's Later with Mo Kelly. KFI AM 640 live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
It's Friday nights with Nautica de la Cruz on Later with Mo Kelly. Today's hidden gem is Carly Vaster. Carly Vaster had always dreamed of making movies. Growing up in San Francisco, she spent her childhood glued to classic films, or cult classics, convinced that one day she'd be making those stories and bringing those stories to life. When she moved to Los Angeles, full of ambition, she quickly realized that the industry wasn't what she had imagined. Long hours, low pay, and competitive culture that left the room for creativity drained her passion. She bounced from job to job, trying to find something that fit, but stability felt just out of reach. When she fell behind on rent, she had nowhere to turn. Eventually, she found herself living in her car, each night filled with anxiety and exhaustion, unsure of how she was going to make it to the next day. The weight of all of it became unbearable. She felt like she was losing her mind, trapped in a cycle she couldn't escape. One night, Carly got a police warning to move her car. The officer, noticing her distress, suggested she check out Mental Health America of Los Angeles. Desperate for any kind of help, she decided to give it a try. Mental Health America of Los Angeles is also known as MHALA. At MHALA, she found resources she never knew existed: housing assistant, mental health support, and job programs that help her regain her footing. Slowly but surely, through the connections and programs they provided, Carly started to rebuild her life. Mental Health America of Los Angeles, mhala.org, provides a crucial lifeline for individuals facing challenges like homelessness, mental health struggles, and unemployment. With a deep commitment to recovery and stability, the organization offers comprehensive services, including housing support, employment assistance, and mental health care. Their programs are designed to meet people where they are, offering not just temporary relief, but long-term solutions that foster independence, well-being. Each year, the organization serves over 10,000 individuals across Los Angeles County with a focus on veterans, young adults, and those at risk of chronic homelessness. Their innovative approach integrates mental health services with practical support, ensuring that individuals receive the tools they need to rebuild their lives. By providing job training, permanent housing options, and peer-driven support groups, the organization empowers people to regain control over their futures. Now, the impact of the organization work is undeniable, and more than 85% of those who receive housing assistance through the organization remain housed long-term, and thousands find employment opportunities through their work development programs. So Carly is now a substitute teacher part-time and also is a waitress part-time as well. And she says she would like to finish school. For anyone that is feeling lost or stuck in an impossible situation, mhala stands as a beacon of hope, proving that recovery is possible, support is available, and a brighter future is within reach. For more information about Mental Health America of Los Angeles, or you like to support, please log on to mhala.org.
mhala.
mhala.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, I always have to ask you, how did this person come to your attention?
I wrote it down. It was a reference from Natalie Bentley, who had hit me up on an email, and she told me that she wanted to tell a story of a friend, but her friend didn't want to tell the story. So, sometimes people don't really they're scared. They feel like, when you do a Zoom or you're interviewing them, they get a little nervous. And so she connected me with Carly, Vaster, Vaster. And, I got to hear her story, and I enjoyed the fact that she has transformed her life and she's in a positive life. And she said that, mental illness and can be dreading on a person, and sometimes it's hard to get out of that space.
I have learned over the many years of my life that the relatives who I thought were quote unquote crazy, quote unquote strange, quote unquote weird or whatever, were likely suffering from some form of mental illness. And I know just in African American families, we're not as quick to identify or make space for it and understand it as maybe other communities. I can't speak for other communities, but now, when you know better, you do better.
Of course.
And I think about older relatives and different relatives at different times in their lives where, oh yeah, that person was probably manic depressive, or that person was probably bipolar or some other emotional issue. And you learn and then you figure out we probably could have done better by them.
Oh, absolutely. I also believe that now we are more aware of mental illness. And I don't want to say, COVID opened up that can of worms, but I also want to recognize the fact that, now we're getting at least some companies have like a mental health day, like if you need to take that day off. They also have classes. They're doing small seminars or webinars. You know what I mean? And I think that we need that because we get stuck on the everyday go, and we build things up in our mind and we can't vent, we can't release. And so that can kind of sometimes become a problem.
I've also learned that the mind is so very, very powerful. And depending on where you point it, and depending on how you utilize it, it could be the difference between success and ruin. A lot of brilliant people I've met over the years couldn't either deal with that brilliance or couldn't find their place in the world. And then, you find that they're dealing with other issues as well. And it gets to be too much for them to overcome. And I appreciate when you bring someone like Carly Vaster to this discussion. because it speaks to me. It speaks to members in my family. And I hope that it also speaks to members of other people's families who are listening right now, because a lot of times we could do a lot to help the people right where we are.
Absolutely. And I want to say that sometimes we do get in our head sometimes. And I feel like we need to release, we need to talk to people. We need to find places that could help us, or, whether it's seeing your pastor or someone at church, or,
right.
Someone that's, a professional in some ways. And sometimes we carry this burden. We think, oh, we could handle it. We could handle it. We could handle it. But with everyday life and all the things that we have to do, sometimes you break down, but you just need somebody. And I always say it takes a village, to kind of, be uplifting. And we should be that definitely for our friends and family.
She is Nautica de la Cruz. Again, if they want to find you, reach out to you, recommend someone to you for the Hidden Gem, or even a place to see around Los Angeles, how can they do that?
Please, you know what? You could email me, nauticaonair@gmail, or you could also find me on Instagram. I feel like a lot of your listeners find me on Instagram, and they'll, DM me. So you could also find me at Nautica de la Cruz, and I do answer all my emails.
Your sweatshirt.
Yes.
Levántate.
Sí, okay.
Okay. Dice, yo soy Latina, mujer, educada, mágica. I can't see because of the microphone. Inteligente, valiente. You got to move the microphone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Independiente, orgullosa,
Orgullosa.
poderosa, leal, fuerte, amor.
Yeah.
I think I understood most of that.
Yes. Leal means faith.
Mm-hmm.
Amor means love. Poderosa means powerful. Orgullosa means proud. Independiente means independent. Valiente
most
means
of those
valiant.
are cognates. Yeah.
Yeah. Inteligente, smart, or intelligent, I should say. Mágica, magic. Educada, educated. Mujer, woman. And Latina. Yo soy Latina.
We all learned something tonight.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Movies, TV, and pop culture, Rahner Report with Mark Rahner.
Now on Later with Mo Kelly. Mark talks about movies and TV. Pontificates about pop culture, Rahner Report with Mark Rahner. Mark Rahner right now. Mark Rahner right now. Mark Rahner right now.
Report with Mark Rahner.
It's Later with Mo Kelly on KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeart app. I'm Mark Rahner, and it's the Rahner Report. If you only see one horror comedy about a cursed killer toy monkey, the monkey might be for you. Here's a little bit of the trailer.
For the longest time, there was nothing. But then, it appeared. A beast not from this earth, smiting the ones who deserved it, the ones who didn't. And everyone in between. Whoever controls it controls life and death. And those deaths are really up.
Holy sh!
Everybody dies. And that's life.
A mess in there. Have you been up there? It's like that restaurant. Spaghetti City.
Everything okay up there?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Or as Inspector Clouseau would have called it, the Minky. It's from a Stephen King short story, which isn't automatically the mark of quality, even if you love King like I do. And to answer your first question, it's called The Monkey, but no, there's no feces flinging. Well, what's left, you ask, in your second question? King published this story in a porn magazine called Gallery way back in 1980. Seriously, those were venues for working short story writers to get published and paid. That market doesn't really exist anymore, and the number of people who make a living writing short stories probably qualifies them as being extinct now. Harlan Ellison did the same thing in magazines with titles like Gent, for real, and Playboy, of course. I think one of my first rejection letters for a short story was from Playboy when I was a teenager. And they didn't even send a real go-to-hell letter from an actual editor. It was a generic statement printed on a slip of paper, not even a whole sheet of paper. Thank God my self-esteem was so healthy. This movie of King's the Monkey is by Osgood Perkins, who perpetrated Longlegs last year, which was strange and which I liked and which you can find streaming now. It stars Theo James, who was recently in Guy Ritchie's The Gentleman miniseries and who's been rumored to be a contender for Bond. He plays twin brothers who hate each other and who find this obnoxious noise-making toy monkey. When they turn the crank in its back and it hits its little drum, someone dies in a freakish, gruesome, final destination sort of way, because noisy children's toys aren't annoying enough on their own. As a toy, this cursed monkey is even better than jarts. You remember those, Mo? Impale your friends with these.
I can't believe they ever sold those.
Jarts.
They were allowed to sell them. They're weapons.
Sharp-tipped throwing missiles, lawn darts, eyeball spears, tomato. Anyway, twin brothers Theo throw the monkey in a well after they see it's evil and causes people to go splat. But it resurfaces when they're adults. They become estranged, and the more normal twin named Hal becomes an adult with no friends and an estranged young son because he doesn't want to put anybody at risk being around him. So Hal and his son have to return to their family home to stop the monkey's killing somehow and deal with the crazy brother. It's all pretty entertaining as horror comedies go. If you'd rather see one of those than a horror movie or a comedy movie, it's hard to blend those. And if you heard my review of Heart Eyes recently, you know they can easily turn out to be a Code Brown. As Stephen King movie adaptations go, The Monkey is no Shawshank or The Mist, but doesn't even come close to being the kind of diaper gravy The Dark Tower and Lawnmower Man were. There's your Rotten Tomatoes quote right there.
I like the Lawnmower Man.
We could go, there's a sequel to it as well, but I can't get sidetracked here. Also, The Gorge is streaming on Apple TV Plus. This story got my attention yesterday. It said, Apple Original Films' The Gorge is the biggest film launch in the streamer's short history. It crushed the numbers from last fall's film Wolf, starring George Clooney and Brad Pitt. And to be honest, I didn't even make it to the end of that stinker. While Apple doesn't reveal specific numbers, it did confirm the straight-to-streaming release was the biggest premiere in Apple TV Plus history after its Valentine's Day debut. Here's a little bit of that trailer.
I have new orders that require me to go dark for at least a year, maybe more. A special assignment in an undisclosed location.
As an elite sniper, are you presently under any private or military contract?
No, there's not a lot of reasons for me right now.
What if I gave you a reason?
There she is. West Tower Observation Post. Your home for the next 365 days. There is no outside communication here.
What's that on the other side?
That is East Tower. Contact with the other side is strictly forbidden.
So what's the mission? To keep people from going in the gorge?
No. You need to stop what's in the gorge from coming out.
What the hell is that?
The gorge is the door to hell. And we're standing guard at the gate.
I don't really believe in guilty pleasures, but this one comes close. The whole movie plays out like cutscenes in a video game that's been plotted by committee, but it's got some creepy production design, some fun, tense set pieces. And look, it's not trying to take away your social security, okay? It's a fun watch. Miles Teller, as you heard, and Anya Taylor-Joy play American and Russian, or maybe she's Lithuanian, expert snipers who get hired for a one-year gig to stand guard in towers on opposite sides of a fog-shrouded gorge with lots and lots of guns, and those guns are for the things that climb out of the gorge. You also heard Sigourney Weaver in the trailer as the boss who sends Teller. The two snipers aren't supposed to talk, let alone hook up, and they're not supposed to go down into the monster-filled gorge under any circumstances, which instantly guarantees they're going to do all of those things. It's fun, but it's kind of dumb, and when I say it plays out like a video game, I mean I could see it as a by-the-numbers Resident Evil installment or something like that. I just had to look up, did The Gorge come from a video game? And no, the answer is no. The director, Scott Derrickson, who did a Doctor Strange movie, he did The Black Phone and some other respectable horror stuff. I kept imagining this story filtered through other filmmakers who are more raw and stylized in how they approach things so that it would have been really unsettling instead of kind of a fun action horror thingamajig. You're going to think I'm nuts, but Christoph Gans's Silent Hill was a little closer to the mark. It's worth noting that Teller and Taylor-Joy were in two of the most flaming piles of garbage of Marvel movies, the horrendous Fantastic Four movie from 2015 that nobody talks about anymore, and the powerful sleep aid New Mutants. So there's that to think of while they're hooking up. And no to that other question you're thinking. There's no nudity. Boo. Mo, I see you watching this movie because this is one of those kind of just be entertained and don't be critical of it movies.
Can I stream it at home now?
It's on Apple TV Plus. So
okay, that's good enough. Okay, so I don't have to like leave my house. I'll do it.
You won't want to leave your house. You'll want to stay home. There's your other Rotten Tomatoes quote. It's just, I think that the director Derrickson was inspired by video games. Mm-hmm. You're not much of a gamer, but
no,
I mean, at a little more than 2 hours, it's better than a video game because your girlfriend isn't going to wake up to find out that you've been up playing it all night when you should have been sleeping, so you can look for a job during the day. If she's going to throw you out, it's not going to be because of a video game. And this has nothing to do with me or my personal.
I was getting ready to ask you, Mark. No one's going to ask you.
Theoretically, because I'm sure we have listeners in that position, and I would never do such a thing.
Look at the time.
I'm a responsible adult.
Right. And what people don't know is Mark will come into the office every day around, I don't know, maybe 5:45 or so and say, good morning. So I know he's just waking up at the crack of noon.
Well, you should know, though, that I have never once played Resident Evil all night.
Never.
Well, never once. I mean, several dozen times, perhaps in my ute.
Ute?
Yeah.
2 utes.
Yeah.
KFI AM 640. When we come back, we're going to get ready to celebrate National Margarita Day, but with a little help from the Lifetime Network and also
Trading at Schwab is now powered by Ameritrade, giving you even more specialized support than ever before. Like access to the trade desk, our team of passionate traders ready to tackle anything from the most complex trading questions to a simple strategy gut check. Need assistance? No problem. Get 24/7 professional answers and live help, and access support by phone, email, and in-platform chat. That's how Schwab is here for you, to help you trade brilliantly. Learn more at schwab.com/trading.
Chili's, believe it or not.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back,
Chili's baby back ribs.
I want my baby back,
Chili's baby back ribs.
barbecue sauce. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back,
Chili's baby back ribs.
I want my baby back,
Chili's baby back ribs. I want my baby back ribs.
KFI AM 640. It's Later with Mo Kelly. We are live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app, and I'm here to tell you that tomorrow is National Margarita Day. Didn't know there was such a thing, but I do know now. Tomorrow is National Margarita Day, and Chili's, combined with Lifetime, as in the channel, they've come together to do this promotion to celebrate National Margarita Day. There is a 15-minute original Lifetime special called I'll Be Home for National Margarita Day. I know, it stars Maria Menounos and Taye Diggs. And you can check it out right now at mylifetime.com. It's only 15 minutes long, or the Lifetime app, or on YouTube and select video on demand platforms. But it's probably easier to find it at mylifetime.com. And this 15-minute original special tells the story of Liz, who is played by Maria Menounos, and Sam, Taye Diggs, former love interests who are reunited at the local Chili's when Liz returns to her hometown, desperate to escape the big city's overpriced margaritas. This just seems like a straight up, ad product placement thingy. I mean, I'm not mad at it, but it's like just naked promotion. That's
Where is this? Where can I see this?
mylifetime.com.
It's very self-aware.
Yes.
I think you could almost turn the corner with that and have a cocktail and have like an Ed Wood type of viewing.
You could. It just seems like, it's just naked in its marketing aspirations. That's all.
If I drank I would invite someone over to drink margaritas while watching this.
It's only 15 minutes.
That's all you need. If you can't get it popping in 15 minutes with margaritas, what are you doing?
All right. I've never needed any type of visual stimulation.
No, it's all an excuse. It's all, hey, why don't you come over, make some margaritas. We're going to watch this love story about margaritas.
This 15-minute love story.
Yeah. And then you're laughing, you're drinking. Oh, that was so silly. I mean, could you imagine if we hooked up over drinking margaritas? Yeah, I know, right?
Crazy?
What?
Next thing you know, is it like a zipper? 15 minutes. That's barely more than half of a TV show episode. So it's really quick. They got to get to whatever's going to happen. They're going to fall back in love again or something, whatever.
Yes.
Real quick.
This film is aphrodisiac in a cup.
Speaking, I'm going to let that one go. Speaking of movies and cinema, this is a good time to open up the phones. Almost forgot. It's almost time to play Name That Movie Cult Classic, and it's the animal edition. All the movies tonight will have an animal or insect or, I don't know, some form of a mammal in the title. It may not be about the animal, but it will have the name of an animal or insect in the title. And we only want first-time callers because we're giving away later with Mo Kelly mugs. I don't care if you've won everything except a mug. You're not winning a mug tonight. It is only for the first-time callers who haven't won anything. 800-520-1KFI, 800-520-1534. Please do not try to hide your name. Please do not try to hide your voice. Please don't think that you will fool the gatekeeper Tawala Sharp. I can tell you how he knows who you are, but I don't want to give away all the trade secrets. This is mostly an honor system, but we have some backup things that we use to find out who you are. 800-520-1KFI, 800-520-1534. This is for first-time callers tonight as we play Name That Movie Cult Classic, the Animal Edition, where a name of an animal is in the title of the movie. Some of these clips that we'll have later tonight are super, super easy. All you have to do is listen and pay attention. Whether you've seen the movie or not, you can figure it out. And others are super, super hard, really difficult. And I chose them to test Mark Rahner specifically. He's my barometer.
I feel like I was in keeping with your theme because we talked about the monkey last segment.
Yes, it is.
The minke.
It is all connected. It's almost like planned, but not.
Totally accidental.
It's totally accidental. Absolutely.
Happened to be the thing that was opening today. We don't talk outside of work.
Not at all. First time callers only, please. 800-520-1KFI, 800-520-1534 to play Name That Movie Cult Classic, the Animal Edition for later with Mo Kelly mugs. These are limited edition. As they say, they are not available in stores. You can't find them anywhere except on this show. We're not doing them to sell them. We're doing them because we love listeners and we want to make sure that we can give some things back to you. 800-520-1KFI, 800-520-1534. Mark, have you watched Paradise episode 5 yet? Or whatever the latest one is?
5?
6?
I don't know. I watched whatever was available, but if they rolled out another one, I may not be current.
The last one dropped Monday night / Tuesday morning, like at midnight.
I'm not sure. It's been a real whiz of must-see TV, including Reacher, so I'm kind of losing track.
No, I'm with you. I still have to really get into the second season of The Night Agent. The Recruit is just going to have to wait. There's just so many things in front of it right now.
First couple episodes of The Recruit are solid.
Okay, good. I did 3 episodes of Reacher yesterday. So now I have to wait for that. But since I have to wait for the next episode of Reacher, I might be able to catch up on some of the other stuff.
Do we have a moment to circle back to Reggie?
Sure do.
Well, you might have heard that one of us left our mic open in the last break. And I mentioned to Mo, I asked if Mo was a fan of the Phantasm movies. You know, those horror movies that started around 1978, 79, around the same time as Dawn of the Dead. Reggie Bannister, the star of one of those. I saw this from a Facebook account called On This Day in Horror. It says, "Hey, horror fans, Reggie Bannister, best known for his work in the Phantasm films, has entered hospice care. Reggie and his wife Gigi want to hear from the horror community. Bannister was diagnosed with dementia and Parkinson's in June of 2016, but we've learned that he's recently taken a turn for the worse. It's time to let him know how much he's meant to us." And I am mentioning this because he's in a facility nearby in Crestline, California. So if you want to send a card or anything to Reggie Bannister from Phantasm, it's P.O. Box 4387, Crestline, California, 92325. And if that was too fast for you, you can repeat it in the podcast.
But to answer your question and also just what you were saying, you asked me whether I was a Phantasm fan.
Yes.
And I said, absolutely. I just hit the wrong button. I hit my mic and it went out over the air as opposed to telling you directly.
Well, that's fine. People should know about this. That at least that very first one was amazing, just mind-blowing late 70s horror film.
I didn't care for the second one at all. First one, yes.
And Reggie was in the whole series, and he's terrific. And so if you're a fan of those, send him a little love while you can.
KFI AM 640, we're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Well, at least you've decided to listen to KFI. See, you're making progress.
KFI
and KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live